I was born with a hole in my heart. At age 6, I had open heart surgery. It was a life or death situation. My parents were so proud of me. They used to give me a quarter, lift my shirt, show my scar to friends and family. But my scar was so cool. It looked like a zipper. And my parents would be like, hey, show them your zipper, show them your zipper. It was like a show and tell. I grew up in the little town of Stillwater. Sounds calm and peaceful. But he would spend hours with me, teaching me how to fish, where the best spots are, and how to bait the hook. One day he said, hey, the fish aren't biting. Let's head over by the grist mill. I threw my bike in the back of his truck, and we were off. My parents warned me back then, never get into a stranger's car. But a stranger would have been safer. We teach children to fear the strangers in the dark, the dangers lurking in the shadows. What happens when that person isn't a stranger at all, but someone they trust? On June 11, 2011, I had no idea that my stepfather would forever change the trajectory of my life. According to national crime statistics, as of 2024, around 1 in 25 children will have experienced sexual assault at some point in their lifetimes. But statistics don't capture the weight of silence, the years stolen, or the battle survivors face in reclaiming their voices. Today, we step into the story of one survivor, a child manipulated by fear, by terror, and forever marked by betrayal. But he makes one thing clear. This type of trauma is not just an individual struggle, but a collective reality. This piece is not for a trophy or a ranking, but for my healing process. Redemption by Clark Fredericks. And all of a sudden, I hear a knock at the door. And I heard Dennis's booming voice. So I shot up out of my seat and I let him in. And he's like, hey, little buddy, I got a quarter for you. Can I see your scar? How about I give you $1? Let me touch your scar. This is our little secret, buddy. We can't be buddies if you can't keep a secret. And I'm like, well, I could keep a secret. Dennis's house sat perched overlooking the elementary school. He could see when all the Little League baseball games were going on, but he had me in his pickup truck down at the lake where we split a 6-pack of beer. So, we head over by the grist mill and fish. And for some reason, he would always seem to slip in the water, fall off a rock, soak his shoe, his boot, his sneakers, or whatever he was wearing. One day he said, God damn it, I fell in. Let's head over to my house. We can change, and when we get there, I'll give you a beer. At 10, he starts doing wrestling matches with me. And remember, this is our little secret. And he had me pretend like I'm pinning him. And remember, he is a 265-pound hulking monster of a lieutenant. But he had me pretend like pinning him. And then something would switch. Like, you could actually see his eyes change. At 11, we end up back at his house. It was a summer day, and it was boiling. So he went over to his counter and poured me a glass of blackberry brandy. He told me to chug it. While drinking, I heard him utter something like, I couldn't really understand much, but all I remember hearing was the word game. He then told me to close my eyes. I'm paralyzed. My arms, my legs, they were strapped to the chair. And I had no idea what was going on. But I was freaking paralyzed, man. And then he gave me a beer. Like some kind of lovers who just had some type of romantic experience. After the incident, he went and got his howling dog. And he told me, hey, I want to show you what'll happen if you ever open your mouth about what just occurred. And he began punching his dog. Stop! Please! Stop! I am responsible for that dog. And he was only howling because of my cries. The howling, my cries, the howling. I was the dog, and I was going to be the dog if I didn't listen. So I did. A year later, I was given an assignment. And my teacher signed a one-page paper using one letter. I was given the letter S. So I wrote about being a stowaway on a ship, where the shipmaster would come into my bunk every night to hurt me. A year later, my therapist could tell I was getting agitated. So she asked, what are you thinking right now? Well, if Dennis was in the room right now, I would ask him, just where it all went south. How could he sleep at night? How could he have a cup of coffee in the morning and not be eaten alive? But I'll never get a chance to ask those questions. What I really want to know is where it all turned for him. But all I can do now is live my life and keep fishing.